Welcome everybody. I'm going to be doing zucchini bites or zucchini fritters today. I really love this recipe. I haven't actually made it since last summer, so I'm really looking forward to this. And this is a recipe that I love because what I do is I grate in little baggies 2 cups of zucchini and I freeze it. And then I can actually make this recipe kind of into the fall or when my zucchinis end. So often people are looking, especially in Edmonton, how to use up zucchinis, rhubarb, beans, all those things that grow prolifically, how do I say that, here. Now, we haven't had a zucchini yet. I actually was gifted this huge zucchini from a friend. I'm hoping to have my zucchinis here very shortly, but I suspect all my BC folks and my Ontario folks that follow me will have zucchinis available at this point in time. So here we go. It's really simple, you guys. Today we're going to be using 3 onion, only because I love 3 onion. Lemon dilly, this is the most important ingredient. One of the ones I use a lot. I'm almost out and my order is taking forever, so this will be the last thing I'll have to make. And I'm going to use the garlic aioli just because I have it, but again, any garlic will do. It doesn't have to be the garlic aioli. This is just so simple. If you have the minced garlic as well, like one of the staples from Epicure, that will also work. So what we're going to do is we're going to add about 2 cups of the shredded zucchini to a bowl. And you should have your oven set for about 400. I actually can't remember what I usually use, but I'm going to go with that. If it's wrong, I'll put a message at the bottom. We're going to do 2 cups of shredded zucchini. We're going to do 1 1/4 cup of panko breadcrumbs. I think honestly any breadcrumbs will work. It's just to absorb things. And we're going to put in about 1 cup of grated cheese. It doesn't matter what you have. I probably honestly would have used mozzarella, but I don't have any right now. So I'm just going to put in cheddar because that's what I had, and they will be awesome. So give that a mix. I'm going to put in some green onions. Now I only have chives. I don't buy green onions in the middle of the summer because I do have a lot of chives. So we're going to put in about 1/4 cup of half of a cup of finely chopped green onions. Now if you don't have green onions, you could actually use and substitute out the 3 onion for that. So that's another great way to just save some time. But I do find the fresh just does really give a nice color to it. So I love these because I bake them. This particular recipe works really well baked versus fried. And so that is a bit of a bonus because I do find some of these frittery type things just are so much better fried. But this one I can say is really good baked. And then we're gonna add in probably about 1 tablespoon of the lemon dilly. I'm just gonna add what's left. I never have too much lemon dilly. Mix that in. You do want a bit of salt. Now there is salt in the cheese. So it calls for a teaspoon, but I'm gonna just do that a little bit shy. And then I'm just gonna taste it at the end because I just don't want too much salt. There's quite a bit of salt in the cheese naturally. And then the binding agent is an egg. Now if you can't use egg, you can use flaxseed mixed with water. And if you want to know how to do that, just reach out to me privately. It's all over the internet. And if you can eat egg, I think you know what I'm talking about. But that should work as well. Not to mention flax is just great for your omega-3. And I'm going to add a little bit of garlic. About a teaspoon of garlic is what you want. If you don't like garlic, you can leave the garlic out. It's not, the one that you really don't want to leave out is the lemon dilly. And then from here, I'm just going to add in an egg, and I'm hopefully that 1 egg is going to be enough here. So I'm just going to give it a beat here first. Give it a bit of a beat. So the egg is what's going to just bind it all together. And then from here, you put it on a cookie sheet, you scoop it out. Now, one of the things that I honestly don't know how I lived without it for so long is extra large cookie scoop. I got mine on Amazon and I bought a higher quality one. I think it was 20 or 30 bucks. And I got it for cookies, but I mismeasured and these are actually way too big for cookies. So I was pretty disappointed. But then I realized I use it for falafels and veggie burgers and this kind of thing all the time, and it just makes scooping it out so much easier. So that looks about right. I might actually add one more egg. And then we're gonna scoop it out onto the cookie sheet. Now the other thing we wanna do is we wanna add some sort of dip. Now you can, if you have ranch, a lot of my clients have the ranch. So, but I actually have artichoke dip and I have tons of it left. So I'm gonna use up some of this just for something new for the kids. And another thing, most of the dips that we make up are all mayonnaise, or 50% mayonnaise, 50% yogurt. But my husband and I have noticed just how much mayonnaise we've been going through. So in the last week or two, we've significantly cut back, and my kids haven't even noticed, and we honestly haven't really noticed either. You might have to add a pinch of salt, where I don't usually add salt to the dips very much. But we're gonna make about a cup of dip, and you can make any dip for this. It doesn't matter. Like I said, it calls for ranch. My kids dip everything. They eat it like like an entree. Their condiments like an entree. So that's the other reason why I want to start using more yogurt. I'm going to add a good tablespoon of the artichoke dip, but please feel free to use the 3 onion, the CCB. The CCB actually would be fantastic on these. It doesn't much matter. And just a reminder, the longer you let these dips sit, the better. Well, I shouldn't say the longer, but if you can let these sit for a couple hours before service, it's just going to have a nicer flavor. And actually, I'm just going to add a pinch of salt just because I didn't add any mayonnaise. But you can add as little or as much mayonnaise as you want. Honestly, the best way, in my opinion, is 50%, 50%, like equal parts. But yeah, so that's going to be our sauce to drizzle on top. Now let's just see. I don't know who else has little boys in their lives, but I never have a darn cookie sheet, ever, anymore. They're always used for Lego, and I have like 5 of them. So I don't know where they all go. He must obviously have Lego sets all over the bloody house right now. So I have a giant cookie sheet, but that's all Mom gets, you know? So let's try this with one. I think, yeah, I'm just gonna add one more egg to that. And then that should be good. If you have no cookie sheets in your life either, let me know so I know I'm not alone. So I don't really, you guys know, I don't really measure stuff too often. I just go by look. And what you really want is you just want these to stick together so that they don't all fall apart. That's what you're going for. So when you cook them, the egg and the cheese is all gonna kind of cook up and hold it together. But yeah, that's already better. It's kind of holding a shape better. And then I'm gonna cook those for about 20 minutes, about 400 degrees. And you can serve this with a salad, or you can have them as like more of an appetizer. We're gonna have these for lunch. And I feel like I wanna serve it with my zucchini soup I just made, but that might be a little bit too much. So then you just go like that. And hopefully these turn out, because they usually turn out great, but you know, the fact that I'm doing it on video is always a challenge. So I'll bake those off for lunch, and then I will show you guys what they look like at the end. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, everybody.